when Arsenal is obviously going to be taking on a side called PSV at the Philips Stadion Stadium in Netherlands that capacitates 35,119 people. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and who are you watching us from? And this is what we do on a daily, second video of the day. And I think one more will obviously be being uploaded onto this channel. We thank the Muslims, Ramadan Kareem, and this is the third day of the holy month of Ramadan, and you guys are really doing great and really doing some great stuff in there for you, and may Allah really reward you for what you people are really doing into the mix. So after that, we obviously gonna be talking a little bit about PSV and Arsenal, but remember, as we get into this, we are powered by Saint Maria Goret SS Katende. You know that very well. Saint Maria Goret SS Katende. And in the due course of being powered by Saint Maria SS Goret Katende, we obviously let you know that registration is on, as you see the information onto that artwork that was really well designed in white, green, and black. You know, very good colors. They're really very beautiful in there. So registration is on for S1s, S2s, S3s, and S5s. You can call them on +256 702 478 536 or 0702 564 104. That is the side of Saint Maria Goret SS Katende. So they're really doing everything they're doing for you, and you can as well go into the description box below and follow the link to their website, or you can obviously type their website manually as you see it there, and you go that side. And very soon they are obviously gonna be getting in what we call a QR code that you can easily scan and really go that side. Not so? So that is Saint Maria Goret SS Katende. Now from that, we obviously have mono gadgets. They deal into what we call affordable smartwatches, and they're really good at that job that they're really doing into the mix. So we are here to obviously bring you this game of football. Arsenal is taking on PSV. And for Mono Gadgets, you can call them on +256 70998865. So let's get into the game. Arsenal last played the game of football that is competitive in the Premier League, and that was Wednesday last week, where they drew with the side of Nottingham Forest 0-0 at the City Ground, you know. And PSV over the weekend, they lost to Go Eagles by 3-2, and they are playing away from home, meaning they've been waiting for this beautiful game of football to obviously tussle it with the club known as Arsenal. So as it stands, the club of Arsenal is 100% trying to put in a shift to obviously go through to the semi-finals, and you know who they're facing in the semi-finals if at all they knock out PSV. They are facing either Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid. So, for starters, the club of Arsenal is really having injuries. And the manager has come out and told us the following about the players that are really absent. And those players that we don't expect in the game of football tomorrow are Tomiyasu, Saka, Martinelli, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus. We don't expect any of those to show up into that game of football that is going to be played down there. So the rest of the players are hugely available, and they are really good to go. And the manager is obviously going to be really choosing his starting 11. When we go to the side of PSV, PSG and Heaven, obviously this is what their team news is obviously like. PSV's main selection concerns line up front at Malik Tillman is having a leg injury, Ricardo Pepi is having an injury, and Esmiri Bajagaverejic is having an injury that is really unspecified. But left back Mahuro Jr. trained and he's really back, you know. Lucas Perez, who was supposed to obviously going to the side of Arsenal, is one of those that is obviously going to be playing for that side. And They signed him, but he's ineligible to play in the Champions League. That is it. And PSV's captain and chief marksman, Luke de Jong, poised to play his 50th game in the Champions League. That is Luke de Jong, and that is really very important. So let's get into the probable starting 11 for the club of Arsenal in there for you, in a game that is obviously going to be hard for them, but I'm going to be bringing you my prediction in the shortest time possible. Now, it's a 4-3-3 system, and we obviously having David Raya in goal. That is it, and no doubt about him, is obviously going to be in the stitches. Then right back, I think it's going to be Julian Timber, though Benjamin White is back. Left back, Lewis Kelly is obviously going to be coming in through to represent, and the manager will have to obviously look through who he obviously brings in through to face the likes of Perisic or Bakayoko. Deadly players. Is he going to trust the young Lewis Kelly, who is inexperienced, when it comes to playing games at the knockout basis or level? Or Carafiori will come in through, That is it. Right-sided centre-back, Saliba, and the man himself, known as Gabriel Magalhaes. So, that is how I believe the back five is obviously going to go. When you go to the midfield, obviously, there is a player called Thomas Partey, right? Thomas Partey is obviously going to be doing a very huge role into the mix to see to it that all goes on well as planned for the club of Arsenal in the midfield. And this is where I've gone ahead to think of something. I don't know whether Mikel Arteta is obviously thinking about it, but for me, it has crossed my mind. Now, the other player in the midfield that I believe is going to deploy is Declan Rice. Declan Rice should be deployed in that midfield. And then I believe Mikel Merino should be dropped into the midfield because that's where he best benefits you from. In the previous two games, he has gone ahead to play while leading the line. He has done nothing. He has done totally nothing. So, as it stands, Mikel Merino, Thomas Partey, and Declan Rice are really having a very good combination for me. You're playing away from home. You need to do the needful. All put in Jorginho in there. So I believe that should be the midfield three to curb the midfield of PSV. Then right forward, I go with Ethan Nwaneri. That is it. Then as a left forward, I go with Leandro Trossard. And this is the wildest thought I've gone to obviously think of that has been crossing my mind, and I think it's high time Arteta thought of playing Martin Odeegard as a false number 9. Like, you're giving him a free role. The managers always complain that he plays so deep, and now it's better you play him as a false number 9 because he'll give us some good hold up. He'll give Arteta some good hold up play, and he will obviously release these other players. He's very calm, and his composure will obviously create space to see to it that Mikel Merino, who you want to play as your number 9, can obviously make those late runs, and Martin Odeegard has all the quality to hold that ball and really wait for him to obviously surpass him. I think that is it. And even if the manager doesn't want to shift Martin Odeegard from the midfield, I think instead of playing Merino as a centre forward or a half number 9, I think it's better you played Raheem Sterling because he at least has those traits of a number 9. I think that's what the manager of Arsenal should obviously be going in for. So that is my probable starting 11 for the club of Arsenal. I don't know what your probable starting 11 is as far as this side is really concerned. But according to me, that's what I think this should be looking like. That is how the starting 11 of Arsenal should be looking like. That is a probable starting 11. Now, we go to the side of PSV. Benitez in goal, Ladzema right back, Junior left back, Flamengo and Boscali into the double pivot. Veerman and Flamengo and Boscali are really going to be played into the central defense. Then Veerman and Scouten into the double pivot. Bakayoko, right attacking midfielder, meaning that Bakayoko is obviously going to be taking on either Lewis Skelly or is going to be playing Lewis Skelly, taking on Lewis Skelly or Carafiori. You never know, the manager might even play Julian Timber there because he's really good at that side of Netherlands, and he was playing at what's the side, Ajax. Then Lang is going to be played. I think Nia Lang is going to be played as a left attacking midfielder. Saibari, central attacking midfielder, and Luke De Jong is obviously going to be leading the line for the side of PSV as they obviously take on the side of Arsenal. That's exactly what you're really having in here, and a lot is obviously gonna be happening in there. So let's go into what we call the head-to-head stats in here and see how things are really gonna be panning out. First and foremost, Arsenal are unbeaten in their 5 home matches in Europe competitions against PSV. They have 3 wins and 2 draws, the most home games they've played against an opponent in Europe competition without ever losing. Away from home, however, they are winless in their last 4 against the Dutch side. 2 draws, 2 losses, with their only win away to them coming in September 2002, 4-0 in the UEFA Champions League. Meaning that when Arsenal is playing away from home at the Philips Stadion, things are not all that great, I think they lost. I think they were beaten by Ruud van Nistelrooy. Was it 2-0? Yeah. That was in the UEFA Europa League group stage. Then in the Champions League, I think they went ahead and really drew. Was it 0-0? So it's always a hard visit for the side of Arsenal. But most of the times, they've always gone ahead to go there when they're already through. Now, we want to see when Arsenal is really having a very huge charge to obviously go to the next level. What is their thoughts? Secondly, this will be the second time Arsenal have faced PSV in the knockout stages of the UEFA Champions League after being eliminated by the Dutch side in the last 16 in 2006, 2007. Lost 1-0 away and drew 1-1 at home. So, not a good record that Arsenal has on this side of PSV, especially into the knockout stage. Thirdly, Arsenal have only lost 1 of their last 14 games against Dutch sides in the UEFA Champions League, and that is PSV in 2007, although more than half of those matches have ended level. 5 wins, 8 draws, and 1 loss. Fourthly, Arsenal have faced Peter Bow's PSG side twice previously in the UEFA Champions League, meeting them 4-0 and drawing 1-1 away in the 2023-2024 group stage. I hinted about that. Lastly, Arsenal have won each of their last 4 games in the UEFA Champions League, scoring 13 goals and only conceding twice in the process. The last time they had a 5-game win stretch in a single edition was in 2005, 2006, which was 5 games, which was when they registered their best ever finish in the competition, that is as run-ups. So that's exactly what you're really having in through from the club of Arsenal, and let's wait and see how things are really going to be panning out. So my prediction is 2-2 draw. That's what I'm really calling in for. I see a draw away, and Arsenal, when they come at home, they'll obviously knock out this side of PSV. So guys, your thoughts onto this are welcome in the comment section below. Rokani David is my name. 14-minute video is up. Now, tell me what your thoughts are about this beautiful encounter. PSV versus Arsenal. You understand? And I'm going to be returning with a match preview of Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid. Also a game that's going to be played tomorrow. Bye-bye.